Hello, everyone, and welcome to another race in the bracket stage of the Randomizer 2022 tournament. Today, we have a round of 64 match between fcoughlin and ScottishBrave44. I'm JP, and I'm joined by Esmar. How you doing, Esmar?
Pretty good. It's early in the morning here, but I'm ready for some rando. We've got tournament hard for us, so this is our, some would say our boring mode, but it's pretty standard. We've got a altered item pool, but other than that, it's standard 7/7 defeat Ganon. So yeah, we'll be getting started here in just a few moments.
All right. Looks like both starting Sanctuary and a quick Moon Pearl. So that's our first piece of Dark World access. Now we'll have to see where the other two are. As Fred's going for the Houlihan play, Scottish Brave's just going to go straight for Kakariko.
Yeah, going for that Houlihan play again for that little bit of extra money up front in case you don't get it elsewhere. Can be a nice thing to have. Does take some extra time.
Yeah, I like this play more in Key Sanity modes. It's a little riskier, I feel like, in non-Key Sanity because you're more likely to get rupees early.
Yeah, because this is all kind of sunk time if say Forest drop down is a 300.
And that was a flute at Lumberjack.
Ooh, yeah, those runners are going to want to pick that up, and it's likely necessary if we have to visit Meyer at any point.
Yeah, most likely that's required, but there is a small chance it's not. But yeah, I think that'll be motivation to maybe go for Aga if it's starting to look like it's heading that way.
Yeah, the thing that's a little scary is the flute is an item that's possible to be locked for a really long time. There's not a whole lot of things that hard require it. So if the requirements for Aga are, like, say this is a late boot seed, then this could be we could be in for a long one.
Now we'll have to wait and see. Most likely it's going to be required, but we have to wait and see the map check, see what Myra is, maybe even what Desert is. So Fred's got one bomb coming into CAC. Scottish Brave found a 10-pack.
Yeah, it looks like Scottish Brave here kind of got the better end of the routing deal here, with the more traditional top-down.
Fred gets the chicken clip. Underneath their medallion. Scottish Brave, I think, found a mushroom. That's about it in Blind's Hut.
Yeah. We got that Moon Pearl, but nothing else super exciting just yet.
So I got the last pieces of CAC here. Just arrows and the bottle vendor. And man, nothing really in the well either. So this is kind of a barren CAC.
Yeah. Now, I assume that fcoughlin checked the race game. I didn't personally notice what it was, but...
He did. It was just a bomb pack, a 3-bomb pack.
Yeah, a lot of the time when I get a pretty empty CAC like this, I like to blind check the race game just in case it's the one thing I need. But yeah, nothing really on this whole side of the map, honestly, other than that mushroom and ether medallion.
Fred will come out of here with more rupees by virtue of doing the Houlihan play. So we'll still have to watch that rupee situation.
Yeah, if we don't get anything showing up through, say, Mini Moldorm Cave, then this is gonna be... This might be one of those really, really linear start seeds.
So Scottish Brave's done in CAC. Fred saw us go check the woods. We'll see if he peeks at Lumberjack for the flute.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Oh, there's our first sword.
Yeah, with the sword and Moon Pearl showing up right away, that's we're closer to Aga Dark World access than anything else, really. We might actually be forced to do Aga to go to Dark World, which would actually be kind of okay in this seed since you want that flute anyway.
Yeah. But of course, Fred's not going to know that.
He does skip that, which, you know, given his routing, it makes perfect sense. It would be a little bit weird, I would say, even to go check Lumberjack after routing CAC and Woods that way.
Well, we're going to see some divergences. Fred's going for Uncle and maybe Escape. I'm wondering if he picked up that sword and decided to go straight for Escape as a result.
Yeah, it wouldn't be terrible. Again, sort of going the road less traveled can get you some different information early, as Scottish Brave actually finds the hammer in the dam, the flooded treasure check there, which is one step further away from being required to do Aga early on in this seed.
Alright, as Fred goes into the front of Escape, we'll see what Scottish Brave finds in Mini Moldorm Cave. I think that's just somebody's storage closet.
Yeah, not very exciting there. So, you know, Scottish Brave, again, going for the more traditional item density plays, but this seed not really paying out in that respect. We've just gotten a lot of stuff, but none of it's really mind-blowing. And the good news for fcoughlin is that all of these checks are going to be pretty easy to go back to later, so it's not missing out on much.
Scottish Brave's going to give us a look at X-Rod Cave. Okay. Both Fred and Scottish Brave pick up fetch quests.
Yeah, you know, that bottle almost would have been nice if you did the Uncle start and then did the Escape right away with that sword, and then you could have dropped off the bottle on your first trip to CAC, but oh well.
Scottish Brave's going to go turn in the mushroom. And this is save and quit, so he's set up to do a save scum if the mushroom is nothing. Meanwhile, Fred's going to use a bomb on himself.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be a dark cross check. With that small key, might take it all the way back.
Does have that option.
Yeah, those rear items are not in logic just yet. Ooh, the glove. That's a great mushroom item.
That's our Dark World access.
It is. We are probably, you know, I would say 95% chance that we have to turn around and do Aga again later, but for now, it's kind of open season for Scottish Brave here.
He's going to go straight for Hype Cave. Let's see if he does a map check. And there's a wrinkle. Myers a pendant.
Yeah, so we might not need that flute, which means that this could be a Boots and GT kind of situation. If desert is not boots locked, which has a decent chance of not being, then there's really no reason this game has to give the runners the boots at any point.
And in a way, it's almost a good thing if you don't see the boots in this situation, if you don't have to go to Mire, because then you never have to worry about that flute. You don't think about it now until you get the boots.
And fcoughlin getting to the back of escape here. That hookshot's pretty nice. That is in logic now, now that we have the knowledge of Mushroom Turnin being the glove. Those back 3 chests are completely in logic. So we'll see how long it takes Scottish Brave to get around to that. Possibly right now. Indeed, it appears so. Yeah, so Scottish Brave gonna pick up her hookshot right now. We'll see what she decides to do with it, if she's gonna take another dive into the Dark World, or maybe even go up and make a mountain play.
You know, Fred's still doing some checks, find some magic, but he's gonna be disappointed down here.
Now, meanwhile, Scottish Brave heading towards Eastern Palace. Got 3 items over here in Sahasrah's closet, as it is known.
Nothing in that storage closet either.
Yeah, we've got a lot of world access, but I think we only have 1 dungeon we can actually go and complete, and that's Hera. You have to go all the way around the mountain to get to that one.
Yeah, we have to climb. It's not even in logic right now because no lamp.
Yeah. And I think that's a large part of the reason that our runners are kind of focusing on Overworld right now, especially Scottish Brave, because Scottish Brave kind of has the bigger run of land right now. fcoughlin is kind of stuck until he turns in that mushroom.
Not going to lose much time, as Scottish Brave is going to check the front of escape as well, so she'll be doing the same stuff that Fred has done.
Yeah, right now the only time difference is really just going to come down to that houlihan at the beginning that fcoughlin did, which by the time all is said and done here is probably going to be coming out in the wash.
And Fred's going to turn on that mushroom now, so he'll get his glove.
It'll be interesting to see if he decides to go into the Dark World with that right away, or take that up the mountain. Because mountain is looking pretty tasty right about now.
I'd agree with that, because, as you said, there's really not much you have for dungeons right now. Like, Hera's the only dungeon you can really clear, and it's not even in logic. Yeah.
Though it is worth noting, one of the items for logical mountain access is the flute, which we know is behind a whole bunch of stuff, including the lamp. So the lamp actually cannot be on the mountain. So we know the lamp has to be available somewhere in the Dark World or in...
Well, not necessarily. A lamp could be on the mountain, but it would require quite a bit to not be on the mountain.
Well, So we need Lamp to do Aga, and we need to do Aga to get
Oh.
the flute.
Yeah, good point.
So
yeah.
the lamp has to be, and there are a lot of places it could be since we have Dark World access. And, you know, I was mentioning dungeons we have access to earlier. I neglected to mention Thieves Town, which we could definitely complete right now. But it is a pendant, so we're not too terribly interested in that. It is an option, though.
Yeah, we're gonna be about these runners. Are we at the point where these runners have checked about the exact same stuff? And yeah. By the way, Fred left his calling card. Now, one thing I will mention, I think ScottishBrave couldn't do this when she was over here, but she did not do the digging game. I don't think she had the money for it.
Yeah, you do need 80 rupees. It's kind of rare to in an open seed, in a non-inverted seed, to not have enough money for dig game by the time you get there. But you know, you're only 15 minutes in. It's definitely possible to be a little short on cash for that dig game. And so for anybody in chat wondering what exactly this mode entails, it's a little more restricted on the item pool. We only get 3 total sword upgrades. The shield that fcoughlin got right there, that's the only shield we're gonna see. We don't get any mail upgrades. We get the 1 bottle, and no half magic. That's about it for the really tangible stuff. There's some differences in how many hearts are available and heart containers and such, but yeah, it's a little bit trickier in the end game. You don't get so many safeties. And there's one of them, our second sword upgrade, which is really nice to see there on dig game.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate ScottishBrave didn't get that, but not something that's gonna hurt her too badly.
No, and especially with not having done Village of Outcasts area at all, it'll get wrapped in at some point.
This might be the play up the mountain for Fred.
Yeah, really the only thing to wait for here. Ooh, silver's on dig spot.
That's nice. That's another change with the open hard pool, is that the bow and silvers are different items.
Just like it used to be, like the good old days. It actually is pretty interesting to have it that way, because it makes the bow... Because usually you can't just take silvers out of the pool. So with progressive bows, that gives you 2 places to find the bow. And as such an important item for progression, you need it to clear Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness. Having only 1 somewhere in the world actually kind of... It can make that it can shake up the progression of a seed a little bit. Just that small difference.
It's going to be interesting to see which runner finds the next beast progression first. Though, if Fred finds something up here, it's not in logic for the time being.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, you have to kind of just consider that, okay, well, the lamp is just hiding out somewhere. It makes it doesn't make a lot of sense to wait for the lamp before you go up the mountain. Though I guess fcoughlin doesn't know that the lamp can't be up here.
Yeah, it's... Lamp, I think, once you've played as much as these runners have, you kind of realize lamp logic is sometimes just plain dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I've had early on when I started playing this game, I had a pretty rough seed where I wasn't familiar with most of the dark rooms yet, and lamp was in like the middle of Pendant Ice Palace. That was pretty rough. And you like to avoid that if you can. Scottish Brave checking the front of Skull Woods here. Still just the regular 2 items, since we don't have any map or compass shuffle in this seed. As fcoughlin gets into the big money room in Paradox Cave, picks up the Titan's Mitts.
Gotta give him some more checks up here. Another sword as well.
That's the last sword we're gonna see for fcoughlin. There is one more placed, but it will turn into a green 20 when fcoughlin grabs it.
Yeah, Chad bringing up a good point. Fred doesn't know the flutes on Lumberjack. Only we know that.
Yeah,
I mean, and Scottish Brave knows that.
I didn't 100% notice if he checked it before going up the mountain. But if he didn't, that would have really been the time that he would, is right before he heads up the mountain.
So yeah, Fred is not aware of that piece of the puzzle just yet. He might even be hoping to find flute or lamp up here. Yeah, I think that was our half magic. Well, we're not gonna get. I saw a floating small magic container, which is our replacement for the half magic in this pool.
Yeah, definitely. I would say a little less than half.
There's a first item in Hera. There's only 2 items in here. And with the hook shot, you can set up the Hera pot. Fred is going to climb normally, though. I think it might be his bomb situation. I noticed he's only got 3 bombs.
Yeah, only 3 bombs. Kind of short on hearts. Every time you fail it, you got to blow yourself up again with another bomb. It's yeah, if you're not super consistent with that bomb setup, it's sometimes not worth it to go for it, since you do want to go down and check these chests anyway. The amount of time you're saving isn't necessarily that huge.
Meanwhile, Scottish Braves found the bow in C-shape house. So that is a crystal dungeon that's, well, again, out of logic completable. You can go clear pod, but no lamp. It's not in logic.
Yeah, I'm sure Scottish Brave would love to find the mirror here pretty soon, because then you can go do pod and Eastern as a quick 1-2.
Oh yeah, Eastern's also available, but again, no lamp, not in logic. I think this is kind of a clear way why a lot of runners say logic is a suggestion. Okay, now Eastern's in.
Yeah, that's Eastern's logic. Not pod. Pod still has some rooms without torches, but that fire rod does put any dark room with a torch in logic. As fcoughlin finishes up the boss of the Tower of Hera here and gets a compass.
I don't know. Did you see the second item in here?
I don't think so. The basement is in logic with that fire rod that Scottish Brave.
Oh no! Chat saying we found both. Okay,
items. We did find both items. Well, you could go down to the basement and get the map, I suppose. Then, because I noticed you did have the small key, so the map must have been the thing we did not see.
So Fred going into the Turtle Rock portal, which is interesting because he's skipping Spiral Cave then.
True, without the mirror you can't go back and pick that up later.
He might have been hoping to open Turtle Rock, but nope.
Yeah, we'd better hope that he's going for at least Spike Cave then. So you kind of don't want to leave both Spike Cave and Spiral Cave orphaned up here. We do have the Cane of Burna, so it would be possible. And Scottish Brave gonna pick up her Master Sword here pretty quick.
Nothing in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, I feel like fcoughlin is really kind of going for, okay, let's get as many checks up here as I can. You know, we're only 20 minutes in. You have access to all of the checks on Death Mountain, pretty much. So let's just kind of go for all that density, and sort of at the expense of the single spiral cave check, which is now going to be pretty tough to route in anywhere.
Yeah, I think the only thing Fred got off the mountain here was a tempered sword and the mitts. Which, I mean, mitts are good, but right now they don't really do much unless you want to dip Ice Palace out of logic.
Yeah, and here's a Spike Cave. Scottish Brave heading into Eastern Palace.
Let's see if this pays off. Piece of heart. There's the big key in the first chest of Eastern that does confirm everything in here is in logic except for the big key chest.
Yeah, that could be an indication that we have an item on Armos that's... We could have Lamp on Armos at this point. It's a really fun place to see the Lamp show up. I wonder... Now, have either of our runners... I don't think fcoughlin has turned in the bottle. He's doing so now. Did Scottish Brave do that earlier?
Scottish Brave did do that. I saw her
Okay.
come over here.
Wow, fcoughlin really with the BM towards the NPCs now in this seed.
And that's how Sick Kid became Injured Kid.
Kane of Samaria showing up there in Eastern Palace, though. It's a pretty nice find. That is a pretty easily clearable Ice Palace now. Still out of logic without the flippers, but could be done. As soon as she goes up to the mountain and gets her Titan's mitts, of course. But yeah, just to note, this is game 3 for these runners, so this is do or die for their tournament life here. Whoever loses this is going to be eliminated from the tournament, so I'm sure both of these runners are really looking to take home the W here.
Yeah. Still need quite a bit for this seed. You need Ice Rod. Gonna need the Quake Medallion at least. Gonna need the Mirror Flippers. We're gonna need the book or the flutes, for sure. And that's the next thing that'll put another wrinkle into the seed is if we find the book.
Yeah, at this point, I'd almost consider book to be more likely for not Dark World, Desert access. Just because we'd need so much in order to get access via the flute. Just because we'd need the lamp, we'd need the boots. Scottish Brave showing us a rarely seen room here in Eastern Palace, that rupee room on the right side of the dark room in Eastern. I imagine she's planning to head into Palace of Darkness after this, which is why she picked those up.
Nope, that's a clear of Eastern. Got some army out of that. But yeah. Still looking for something more. As Fred grabs the bow as well.
Now, was that fire rod in Thievestown?
It was. Third chest of Thievestown, I believe.
So Scottish Brave did the front of Thievestown, didn't touch the back. We'll see if fcoughlin decides to do the same. I think fcoughlin is kind of hoping to find mirror here. That would be pretty convenient if you could just take this and then sort of go wrap around down south, do cave 45 and the dig spot. But we'll see when he gets around to, if he gets around to finding those silvers in the grove.
We'll also see if Fred decides to keep going after the front four, though I highly doubt he does.
Yeah, not when you find the bow and have Pod and Eastern sitting there. Especially after he finds his fire rod in here, that's going to be okay. Well, I can go and clear that now. Not a lot of point in committing further to a pendant dungeon. Not even green pendant. If it was green pendant, you probably would, honestly, since you would want to head over there right away anyway. But
Okay, there's the lamp.
okay, so that's Pod in logic now.
So yeah, that puts a lot of the logic pieces together.
Yeah, so now there is a lot of stuff that we're hoping to find that we could just see here in Pod, since now it's all sort of coming together. We could find flippers, which would put all of Ice Palace in logic. Could find the mirror. That would be a nice thing to find in there. fcoughlin is going to be doing some more Overworld here.
Just a piece of heart there. He'll have to. He can grab the smith, but without the mirror, he's gonna have to save him quit to turn him in. Well, just 2 keys in this right side of Pod. As usual, there has to be 4 keys in the front, at minimum.
Yeah, you know, this would be a pretty nice item layout if this was an alt dungeon seed. So you get all of that stuff. You get the fire rod in Thievestown while clearing it, and then you take that up into Skull Woods. But of course, both of them are pendants here, so we don't really care.
Mm-hmm. There's a Bombos medallion in Pod.
The other medallion we don't need.
Well, we don't know about Meyer yet.
I'm not worrying about Meyer until we see at least the boots show up.
There's some good checks here for Fred. He's gonna also check Magic Bat.
Yeah, we did find the factual powder here.
Yeah, I believe that was... Actually, I can't remember now.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it showing up. Don't recall where it was, though. Scottish Brave heading into the back of pod here.
I'm a little surprised that Fred is taking this time to do these overworld checks.
Yeah, it is a little odd. I mean, I wouldn't say odd, but it's definitely... It's a bit thorough, I would say.
Yeah. I think thorough's the right word here. I think this has got to be key for key and pod anyway, also.
I wonder... Is fcoughlin going for... Is he going to do Skull Woods here for the green pendant? To turn it in on his way over there? On his way over to pod
looks like, yeah, that's the play.
So this is a little bit it's a bit of a it's a commitment. You know, you're really committing here. But it could pay off big, because if that's Ice Rod, then that looks really bad for Scottish Brave. Especially if it's nothing else.
Did we see both items in Skullwoods?
I don't think we did.
There's flippers in pod.
Yeah, we need the mirror to show up, and we need Quake. And there's the Ice Rod, so I'm glad, I guess, I at least made the suggestion before we actually saw Ice Rod.
Next time we might not have seen any items in Skullwood so far, which I saw Fred with the map and compass. And there's no big key either, so I think, yeah, if we haven't seen any of the items, then Moth's either gonna have the big key or an item, and then the big key will be in the... Well, the big key could be locked in itself. Just a piece of heart on Moth as Fred grabs that green pendant.
Yeah, I wonder... so I imagine Scottish Brave is probably going to head towards Ice Palace after this, with that with the flippers showing up. Well, no, she's not, because she hasn't been to the mountain yet.
Yeah, she's got to go.
She's got those mitts.
Yeah, she's got to go up the mountain first. That's where the big difference. That's where one of the big differences in time between these two is Fred's done all the mountain checks. Scottish Brave has not.
Yeah, so I imagine it's going to be pretty close to the next place she goes.
Not a lot else you could do. I mean, Hair is your next dungeon, not logically, but the next dungeon you can clear. Well, Fred unfortunately gets a very unfortunate layout to Skullwoods that requires you to do a lot of walking.
Or sliding across the floor after being hit by a bumper, as the case may be.
So stuff we're still looking for: the Quake Medallion, the boots, potentially the book, the mirror.
Yeah, the things we definitely know we need. We definitely know we need the mirror. And we need Quake. Those are the things we 100% know we need.
That was just rupees in the big chest of Skullwoods. We didn't see it, but we did hear it. Scottish Brave picks up a piece of heart as she grabs her crystal off of Helmasaur. That's 2 crystals for her. And Fred, we're gonna see if this pays off for him. If Saw has anything required, he feels good. If he doesn't, then he's gonna feel behind.
Yeah, because with Meyer being a pendant, the chances for a ped seed are pretty low.
Let's see. Well, he doesn't even check Saha yet. It was a blue rupee. So unless the pet is needed, that full clear of Skullwoods is not gonna be required.
Yeah, and I think the only things that we could really have on Ped that would be necessary here would be the lamp or not lamp, mirror or quake. And quake might be impossible because we might need quake for Meyer as well.
Yeah, boots can't be there because we need the boots to get to Meyer to get a pendant. Yeah, I think it's basically Mirror and Quake at this point.
Yeah, so Scottish Brave heading up the mountain now. She's going to sort of find herself on the fast track to clearing some more crystals here. Gonna be doing Hera first. Well, probably not first, but gonna be going up this side. Gonna do Hera and then get with those mitts. Probably gonna go and straight and do Ice Palace.
Remember up here too, we've got Spiral Cave still pending that Fred skipped.
Yes. The looming giant of Spiral Cave. It's a classic spot for the boots to be.
That is true. Yeah, we're just watching each of these runners go over the other steps for the time being. Not much new. Fred's gonna go straight to the boss. This might be a bit of a I feel behind play.
Yeah, I don't remember if we had an item on the Vanilla Big Key chest. I think I remember seeing an item on the boss.
Yeah, I do remember seeing an item on the boss. I think we did see an item on the boss. Even if there wasn't an item on the boss, whatever is over in that chest was not important.
Right. But I'm kind of wondering if Coughlin's going to be able to get away with winning the 50-50 here. Because that always feels nice if you decide to make that play. It's like, okay, there's one item left. I'm just gonna hope it's on the boss. And if it is, then you're golden. Notably, fcoughlin here is going to need 3 times as many arrows for this fight than Scottish Brave did.
Took a hit, but recovered to set up the quick kill pretty well.
Now here we see Scottish Brave going for the Harapot setup that fcoughlin did not. Yeah, fcoughlin going to be getting those flippers soon. Probably around the time that Scottish Brave is ready to come down the mountain. I think Scottish Brave is going to be coming down the mountain heading to Ice Palace, probably a little ahead of fcoughlin.
Yeah, I think Scottish Brave will be... Yeah, she'll be slightly ahead, essentially.
Yeah, and the longer this goes on, the more it's going to look like she's going to be the only one with silvers at the end of the seed, honestly.
That's their third dungeon, third crystal. Both runners have 3 dungeons done, but one has 2 crystals, the other has 3. I think we're about to have a bit of a big moment here, as ScottishBrave most likely will check Spiral Cave. Or not? Oh, okay, just peeking at the item up there.
Yeah, so this is sort of, you can sort of see the reason that you might decide not to do this, because this is a really long check. If you want to go up and do the Dark Death Mountain checks, you either have to climb the mountain again and go up to the Turtle Rock portal, or you have to go up Super Bunny Cave. Either way, it's a bit of an extra time investment. Nothing here in Spiral Cave, so that's safely skip Spiral Cave for fcoughlin. But yeah, you can see here now Scottish Brave going to be going down here, walking all the way around, going back up the mountain just to check the Dark Death Mountain. So it's quite a bit of extra time that fcoughlin decided he wasn't interested in spending on the mountain.
Maybe ScottishBrave could have gone through the portal at the bottom of the mountain, but she's also got everything. She thinks she has a chance to full clear Turtle Rock right now too. So
True, yeah.
She has 2 medallions and everything else needed for Turtle Rock, but she's going to be disappointed when she finds out, nope, it's that 3rd medallion.
Yeah, if you go up the bottom, then you can't enter Turtle Rock at all. You need to take this portal if you want to open it up. And, you know, you have 2 out of 3 medallions. You're figuring, I mean, what are the chances it's the one you don't have? Well, 100%, as we know.
So ScottishBrave sticks to dungeons. Her next stop is like the Ice Palace.
Yeah, and it's the time you want to go to Ice Palace. You know, you've got everything you could want except for boots. But, you know, this is just one of those seeds, I suppose.
Honestly, if you're in ScottishBrave's position, I think I mentioned this earlier, you're maybe not the most upset to never see boots in this one.
True. You don't have to consider going for that flute. You will gladly not do Aga.
This is one of the few situations where not getting boots might actually be a good thing. No, she's off the mountain. Oh, go ahead.
I would say at this point in the seed, you know, you kind of, if you get the boots, you probably aren't even that worried about doing Aga. You probably wouldn't do that until you were sort of forced to anyway. The boots early would have made that a lot more likely, but we've got enough progress now in the seed that, okay, you get the boots. Even if Scottish Brave picks up the boots, you know, in the next 2 minutes, it's still, you know, you're not going to be going for Aga until you absolutely have to, because the flute isn't really going to save that much time at this point.
Scottish Brave went and picked up a potion before Ice Palace. Not a bad idea, though. With Bombos, it's a little less necessary because you do have the Bombos backup for Cold Sear if you need it. But it never hurts to have a potion going into Ice Palace.
Yeah, and especially since that is the dungeon where vanilla you get the blue mail. So a contact damage with Cold Stare is pretty spicy. Yeah, those puffs would be a 3-hit KO at this point.
Scotchber's going to do a few more Overworld checks. At least one more. I'm going to go check the hobo.
been so long since I've played vanilla, I don't even remember that guy's text. I don't remember if he gives any reason for why he's hanging out under the bridge.
I don't remember either.
Or maybe he's just a big Chili Peppers fan.
So as the sea progresses, if you're rooting for Scottish Brave, you want things to just be in the crystal dungeons. If you're rooting for Fred, you want something to be off the path, something to be in a bad spot.
Yeah, that ice rod showing up kind of throws a wrench into that too, because that's kind of the one item that, you know, okay, can always turn into an ice rod hunt, but
Quite kind isn't a lot better though.
yeah, where was the ice rod? Where did that show up?
Dark Maze. Fred has it. It's just
okay.
Our tracker's taking a minute to update as usual.
Yeah.
First chest in ice is a small key, so that will help you with your routing a little bit. Don't expect Scottish Brave to hit the switch. If you're coming here for a full clear, it's... Oh, never mind. So say, if you're coming in here for a full clear, it's actually a little faster to not hit the switch.
Yeah, very slightly.
There is a scenario where hitting the switch is going to be faster, but more often than not, if you're coming here for a full clear, you can usually skip that switch.
Yeah, this is also an interesting seed in that it's one of the rare circumstances where you would much rather see the book before the mirror for desert access. Usually you'd prefer to use the flute and mirror for desert access, but if you're Scottish Brave, you've seen that flute on Lumberjack and know that you really would not love to see that be the desert access, since it is definitely much slower than just using the book to go in the front.
Both runners tied at 3 crystals. Scottish Brave working on our 4th. There's a second item in ice. Let's see what Fred decides to do. Will he join Scottish Brave in ice? He's walking that way. Yep, looks like the routes are going to sync back up. Ooh, that was a little unfortunate for Scottish Brave. She went for the bomb jump, but was slightly off. And because she hit that switch now, she's got to take the long way around to get to the iced tea room. So if there's nothing, we have one more item in ice, but if this isn't something, we have to figure out what the next play is. The next play, if it's not in ice, you might have to go to Thieves Town. That's the third item.
Yeah, we do have the 2 items that we didn't see in Thieves Town. Yeah, because we had, or yeah, we did see the small key, or it was just what was it? Burna? Blue cane, was that? Fire rod?
It's fire. We saw fire rod and powder. And...
Fire rod and powder. That's right, powder.
Yeah, I mean, they also had some overworld checks. We don't know what's in purple chest yet. What else is overworld still pending? There's not actually a lot left.
Yeah, all of like the little things that I can think of is like, nope, that's mirror locked, nope, that's boots locked. So yeah, we haven't seen pyramid.
We haven't. You're right. We haven't seen catfish either.
Yeah, we got pyramid, catfish, and the flippers checks.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything in the Zora area.
Scottish Brave. The boss gets away from her a little bit. Not the cleanest fight, but it'll do.
Now, Fred's route pays off a little bit better in Ice Palace because he's already got all 3 items, so he can go to Cold Stare now. I don't recall if he hit the switch, though. If he didn't hit the switch, he'll actually have to find the big key, but he'll know that's going to be in the freeze order. Yeah, Scottish Brave, I think, is off to some Overworld checks, and we're going to see Zora area for the first time.
And this is a little bit of a spooky time to be checking these, because this is stuff that you could have conceivably done, you know, 30 minutes ago.
Nothing in the waterfall. Yeah, Fred did some extra checks in here. He might have just... It's very possible he, Oh yeah, Rick X is right in the chat. Fred needed a small key. That's why he was doing the extra checks. Very nice cold stare fight for Fred, and these two are pretty close together at this point. Oh, there's the Quake medallion.
Delivered by another water-dwelling creature in this version of Hyrule, it seems.
Yep, Scottish Brave, no hesitation. She's going to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. Because again, there's a lot of items in there. And you know, what else do? You know, you could go to the back of Thieves Town, or you could get another crystal. So pretty obvious play here. I imagine that we do see fcoughlin go for those flipper checks here too.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, and the other bonus to doing Turtle Rock next is it's our other 5/6 crystal, which unlocks the Pyramid Fairy. So, yeah, the only other real checks that we could do that would make any sense overworld-wise would be like Pyramid and Catfish, but there's no real reason to do that when you could just get the 5/6 crystals. Hopefully, not have to do it, but if you do, then wrap 2 extra checks in with that.
So at this point, what we're still looking for, we absolutely need Mirror. And then we're gonna need the boost or the book. We might need... It's still possible we could actually need both. But...
Yeah, because the mirror could be on Lanmo with a boots-locked desert.
Yeah, Fred's not going to be too far behind picking up this Quake medallion. It's going to be like maybe a 2-minute difference or so between these two runners.
But yeah, despite being bootsless and fluteless, this has actually been a pretty, we've been making pretty quick progress on this seed here, honestly. I mean, we have a lot that we still have to do as far as treading through the seed, but, you know, we're pretty close to go mode, under an hour in.
Yeah, potentially 2 items from it. Mirror, mirror guaranteed is what we need for swamp. And then deserts, we're still kind of pending on what we actually need, but it could be cleared with this fuse one item. Honestly, at this point, if we see mirror, I think we can.
If you see mirror, you go to swamp.
Yeah, if you see mirror, you go to swamp. I was gonna say if you see mirror, we can say we don't need that flute, but it depends on where the book is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you see mirror, then I guess a lot of this, what you decide to do, is based on knowledge of that flute, which ScottishBrave has. There's the book, which is honestly great news for ScottishBrave. ScottishBrave is really happy to see that book.
Yeah. Now it kind of just depends on where the mirror is. Yeah, that mirror lessens the chance that you need to grab that flute, but doesn't clear it up just yet.
Yeah, it's all down to where the mirror is at this point. fcoughlin following relatively closely behind.
So, ScottishBrave's gonna have to skip Mimic Cave here, but most likely that won't be a problem. And there is one very fringe case, but yeah, for the most part, you're probably safe skipping that.
Yeah, I mean, ScottishBrave would love to see the mirror here, and that's one item that definitely cannot be in Mimic Cave.
She does have to be a bit careful. She's down. She's quite low on her oh, there's nice magic drop right there.
Yeah. Not going to be using the cane to flip that switch there, for sure. Oh yeah, and I think we do still have that potion in our back pocket.
Yes, she does. It's not something you want to use just to fill up your magic, though, to get through the Sumerian mazes.
Yeah.
Laser Bridge about to come up here, and usually it's bigger check because items can be here. 4 quick checks in succession. Piece of heart. The map.
Yeah, one of these is a small key.
Which will be the last chest, so the last item will be on Trinex. Right, Trinex fight coming up for ScottishBrave. Fred's still working his way through Turtle Rock. So it's probably like a 2 to 3 minute difference between these two right now.
Yeah, which kind of tracks with all we've seen. fcoughlin having cleared Skull Woods to no avail.
And Fred's got the Skull Woods clear plus a few Overworld checks that he's done. Alright, Trinex down for Scottish Brave. What does Trinex have? Piece of Hearts. So, 5th crystal for Scottish Brave, and you have to think she's going straight to deserts after this.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an area we haven't seen from anybody yet. We haven't seen an Agina play from either runner. So this is going to be some new information. We're going to see what's on Desert Ledge. So this is going to be potentially 3 items just up for grabs here. The correct key layout of Desert.
Could have as many as 4 available, actually. You'll have Agina, Desert Ledge,
yeah,
and 2 items.
If you count Agina, yeah, because we have the Desert Ledge, 2 items potentially available in the front of Desert. Agina has been available from the start. But that book unlocks potentially 3.
Yeah, that's true.
Scottish Brave going to be over there quickly. fcoughlin almost at the end of Turtle Rock. Probably going to be doing the exact same thing. The funnel is narrowing here for these runners.
Scottish Brave's going to check Agina first. This is not a bad idea, just in case boots happen to be here.
Yeah, 100%.
Looks like Fred's going to take safety door.
Yeah, I would at 3 hearts. 1 slip up during that Trinex fight, and you'd be redoing the back half of the dungeon again.
So if something comes up here, Scottish Brave is going to follow it for sure. If not, then she'll have to do some Overworld checks. Just a piece of heart in the ledge. Alright, let's see if this is a boots locked desert. It is, so boots are required. And Scottish Brave is out.
Yeah, knows that immediately. That is the only chest available without the boots. It's not a small key. Your dip is done.
So we're back up to 2 items for go mode. We need the mirror and the boots. And you want to see the mirror first if you're Scottish Brave.
Right, if we see the boots, that could lead us... That could mean that the flute is locking the mirror. Which is no bueno.
Though I guess mirror first isn't that much better. I mean, at least it lets you go to Swamp and get another crystal, but...
I would say mirror first would be a lot better, because again, that would let you go to Swamp and potentially find the boots in there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely the better of the 2 possibilities, but not by a lot. Especially if it doesn't end up being in Swamp. Skyscraper is going to start with a Pyramid check plus a Pyramid Fairy check.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying earlier. You go up to Turtle Rock, then you can come back down and do this if you need to.
Fred not checking Agina. He might come back afterwards. We'll see. The Pyramid Ledge, just a piece of heart. So that's a little bit of a relief there. Piece of heart and the mirror. Okay.
Yeah, and so that mirror is really nice because it It makes the next play nice and obvious, you know? And it's also a great place to find it, too, because you know that you needed to do what you did first in order to get that. Like, it's one of those things when you get to this stage in the game, this is when you start getting to those checks where you're really hoping you didn't have the opportunity to get something much sooner. And when you're doing that group of checks, the Pyramid Fairy is definitely one of those ones where you want to find that item you're looking for, because you know you had to have finished the thing you just did. So,
Meanwhile, at this point, chat is starting to tear up a little bit because in one fell swoop, both Aga and Ped are pretty much dead at this point.
yeah, so now all we need for go mode are the boots.
Let's see if Fred makes the same play as Scottish Brave. He's heading that way.
Yeah, I feel like there's no chance that you don't make this play. Neither of the runners had checked Pyramid Ledge or Catfish, so at this stage, there's nothing that's really more convenient to check than those 3 quick checks up here, so. Scottish Brave definitely with a couple minutes on fcoughlin at this point.
Yeah, because Fred is after he gets the mirror, he's gonna make the exact same play. He's going into swamp as well. The one difference he could make is he could check Bombo's tablet before going into swamp. You can also do some mirror checks before going into swamp.
Yeah, I feel like there's not really any reason to check Bombo's tablet first, honestly. You just go into swamp, full clear it, and then check tablet if you have to afterwards. The only thing you'd be able to save is if you get the boots there, then you'd be able to skip left side. Which I guess would kind of be worth it in a sense. If you were able to, that would definitely save time, but
yeah, that's one of the tough calls. I guess you always have to make it. It generally makes sense to do swamp first, especially if you go straight to the boss.
That's about the 5th bomb fcoughlin has tossed at an NPC.
Have you watched Fred play before?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but they can't win, right? He gets what he doesn't get what he wants. Bomb, you know, he gets what he wants. Bomb.
Yeah, bombs are just his thing. Like you whatever. I think. I don't know how to put it. I was gonna say something about bombs, but yeah. Bombs are what he likes to do.
And meanwhile, it looks like Scottish Brave skipped left side.
Yep, which I completely agree with in this spot. You're one item from go mode. Just go straight to the boss. If it's there, then then you're in go mode. I don't even know if we've seen the map or compass yet, though. I don't think we have.
Yeah, if we haven't, then yeah, it definitely makes sense to go straight for the back.
Yeah, if boots are not here, then the divergence happens, and that actually might be the best thing for Fred right now, is boots not being in swamp. There's the big key, so there's at least one item still sitting in here. Scottish Brave is not going back in. She's going to begin the Overworld checks. Oh, there they are.
There they are. It would have been the play to do it first.
It would have, yeah.
But it's honestly not too bad to do it afterwards because, again, if they are there, then you head exactly right over to where you need. So we are officially in go mode now. Scottish Brave can complete the seed 100%. No need to pass go.
In this case, go is... I'm trying to think of a word, like an abbreviation. Like GO could be used to represent Ganon, which I just think Ganon's something that starts with an O. I don't know.
But yeah, this is looking pretty dire for fcoughlin. Not only is Scottish Brave ahead finding go mode, but she has the silvers, which he has pretty much no hope of coming across.
Yeah, he's not going to get those silvers unless he goes to like K45 first, maybe, but even then, like the time you'd spend to go pick him up is going to negate the time he saves probably using them, so. But we still have GT to go. GT route can make a difference. Yeah, I mean, the big difference between these two, though, is just that Skullwood's clear from earlier. Fred took the chance on it.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest difference at this point. You know, it wasn't the most obvious play to make, but it definitely was one that could have paid off, and it wasn't too big of a time investment. But in this case, it's seeming to be just enough, and those silvers are just buying Scottish some extra insurance.
Yeah, at this point, Scottish Brave's a full, well, a quote-unquote full clear desert ahead. Not that long, but that is her 7th crystal.
If you're new here, you may be seeing numbers in chat and wondering what that's about. You can guess a number 1 through 22, and it might be the ordinal number that corresponds to the chest that contains, or the check in Ganon's tower that contains the big key.
We might have a moderator putting together a points prediction. There's a boost for Fred. He's also in go mode.
Yeah, I imagine he would have bombed that tablet if it wasn't already a pile of rubble.
Oh, there's a points prediction for you. Maxing out the number of potential options there.
Yeah, I've got 210 on 5.6 personally. All right, anybody voting 1 and 2 at this point is wasting their points, for it has not shown up. Three and 4 are out. And there's 5. And a small key for the road. Scottish Brave is going to pick up this last one under the skull in the hallway here. And she is up the tower. So if you voted 5-6 like me, you got a nice return on your points. Let's go up and chat, see the first person who guessed 5. Looks like VV Ditchum is the first to type in 5 in the chat, so congratulations to you.
Yeah, at this point, it is Scottish Brave's race to lose.
Yeah, those silvers are just an icing on the cake. She wouldn't really need them to take this race home, but having them just makes it that much more more of a nail in fcoughlин's coffin, as it were. So again, this is game 3. If Scottish Brave is able to hold this, she will advance in the tournament.
Looking at challenge quick for brackets, the potential opponent for the winner here is going to be. I think their matches are done, so I think it looks like whoever wins is going to face Skelly in the next round. And Fred is going to go right, so he's going to pick up the big key about the same time as Scottish Brave did, or on the same number, I should say. But
yeah, that's the a nice consolation prize in this. The last thing you want to have in a seed that you end up losing is to have gone the wrong way in GT Basement and have that question. It's like, oh, could I have done it better? And at least that's going to be put to rest for fcoughlin here. But yeah, an identical basement here from Fred.
it's been pretty much identical for these two since I think about the time they went to Ice Palace.
Yeah, they've been in lockstep pretty much since then.
You can't powder those, Fred.
I mean, you know, maybe he's just trying everything. You know, back when you were a kid, you put the powder on everything just to see what would happen.
That is true.
Yeah, Scottish Brave already done with the tower climb here. This is the last actual combat room. Just a hallway and then 2 boss fights between her and the end of the and her advancement in the bracket.
Starts with 1 shot on the first cycle. There's 2.
No 1, 2, 3 possible, unfortunately.
I'm about to settle for 1, 2, 2, 1.
For anybody tuning in, the silvers were on the shovel, the dig spot in the grove. The shovel showed up pretty early on, like right at the beginning of the seed. And Scottish Brave went and picked it up early on. fcoughlin decided to take his search elsewhere. And it's not going to be the difference, but it is going to be a difference. Scottish Brave starts the Ganon fight here.
On phase 2, didn't get the 1 cycle there.
Yeah, at this stage too, you know, you kind of have to make sure that you don't make any mistakes here. It can be pretty easy to rush this last fight a little bit, especially with how linear the end of the seed has been. It's kind of hard to imagine how far different from your opponent could be. If you've got that race room open, you know nobody's finished yet. You're just kind of waiting for somebody to yank the rug out from underneath you, and you just have to keep your cool, make sure you clear the fight in the first attempt, even if it takes a little bit longer.
Right on the
final phase.
Just 3 more arrow shots. 1 more shot to finish it off. That'll do it. As soon as Scottish Brave crosses this bridge, she will win and advance in the bracket.
And that will be ScottishBrave44 finishing with an official time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 41 seconds. A mere 2 boss fights ahead. Beautiful triple there from fcoughlin. Not sure if that counted. I think it did. It did not. And we're joined by Scottish Brave. GG's.
GG's, thank you very much.
So, how are you feeling in the back half of that seed? How far, did you feel like you were ahead or behind at all?
Kind of neither. It was a very strange feeling. Because I felt, apart from dip in the front of Skull Woods, I kind of felt like I hadn't done anything that was too much of a time waste. Because it kind of felt like go here, then go there, and then go there and go there. So it felt kind of linear with maybe a couple of offshoots. So I was like, that could have maybe happened, or that could have maybe happened. But yeah, there wasn't kind of too much opportunity to kind of be taken away anywhere else. Does it? If that makes sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very, yeah. I kind of felt like we were probably going to be side by side most of the time in that one.
Yeah, and you mentioning the dip of Skull Woods, I think what ended up being the difference here, as fcoughlin is here right in the Ganon fight as we speak, he decided to take the play on full clearing the dungeon for the green pendant before heading over to Eastern and Pod, and I think that's really the only thing that's made the difference here at the end.
Yeah, we were talking about that after, yeah. Because I went into Skullwoods first and then went down and got Fire Rod, I was holding off on Eastern and Pod until I got... Well, I was kind of hoping for the lamp, to be honest, because I knew where Flute was. And it's also the reason I kind of didn't go to the mountain either. So I was hoping for maybe lamp, because I'm okay in Eastern, but the dark rooms in Pod, the turtle room especially, can give me some trouble.
Yeah.
So I was kind of holding off. So when I got Fire Rod, I was like, okay, that's 2 crystal dungeons, just go there. And then from there, it kind of just fell into place naturally, I felt.
Yeah, and that is fcoughlin finishing. And his official time is 1 hour, 30 minutes, 55 seconds. So GG's for Fred.
GG's.
Yeah, so that's just 3 minutes behind. So
Yeah,
not,
that's
not the widest of margins, but
no, definitely not at all. It was very close.
But yeah, notable at the end of that seed. How happy were you to find the mirror there in Pyramid Fairy as opposed to on Ledge or even Catfish?
Oh, so happy. I was so worried about that. Because I went to Desert, saw Boots, and I thought, if Mirror was a bit less, but yeah, the Boots, I was like, if the Boots are sitting on Pyramid Ledge or on Catfish, I feel bad. I feel so bad about that. But yeah, luckily I got bailed out on that one a bit.
Yeah, we're not going to be joined by fcoughlin today. But yeah, he wished his GGs in the race room. So yeah, congratulations on advancing in the bracket.
Thank you very much. That's quite unbelievable. I was scared before, I'm even more scared now.
Yeah, it's only going to get harder from here on out.
Definitely, yeah.
Fred does give a son of a monkey out to these silvers that he did find out the location of.
Yeah, he asked me right then. He's like, "You had silvers?" Like, yeah, dig spot. Those were quite. I was dead happy to find them as well.
Yeah, well, I think the seed has kind of spoken for itself. It was actually pretty straightforward all the way through, front to back.
I was quite happy for a nice seed after our last race.
Oh yeah. I didn't see it myself, but I heard people saying some choice words about it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't think there's enough choice words to describe that seed.
Yeah, any closing thoughts from you before we turn it over to some of our other races we've got going on today?
Just to say thank you very much for the restream. Thank you to you both for coming. I'm not sure who's tracking, but thank you very much as well. And just like a massive thank you and shout out to Fred as well for just being like an absolute amazing class act and a really difficult opponent and just a really nice person as well. So thank you very much.
Yeah, shout outs to our tracker, the Alan Heffley, keeping those items marked up. And speaking of restreams, we've got plenty going on today. We've got one over at SpeedGaming 3 in a little under half an hour, I believe. That's going to be Wall Kicks versus Red Kitsune. And another on SpeedGaming 5, Big Dunka versus Killer App. And several others throughout the day. So that'll just about do it for me. Brews fan JP, you got anything else to add?
I think you kept it, got most of it there. Yeah, thanks to our runners, thanks to Alan Hovey for tracking with us, and yeah, thanks for joining me on commentary here.
Yeah, for sure. And we will all see you all in the future at another race.